I'm Claire. Hi, I'm Claire Van Drimmelen. I live in Memphis, or Germantown, a suburb of Memphis. And it's crazy. Just this month, I've been taking Plexus products, 3 of them, Slim, ProBio, and BioCleanse, for a year. I think in 2 weeks, it'll be exactly a year. And I started because my husband was having some really bad anxiety issues. And I had read a friend's post on Facebook about a friend of hers having a lot of success with anxiety through taking these products. And my husband and I, we're not like crunchy granola people per se, but we do like to have natural alternatives before we try medication or prescription medication, I guess. And so we wanted to try to find a natural alternative to that. And just for me, I was like, well, if you're going to take them, I would like to take them too, and just see if it will help with my sugar cravings. And it was Girl Scout cookie season. My daughter's a Girl Scout. We have like stacks and stacks of Girl Scout cookies in our dining room. And I would go in every day and think, I'll just eat one. After breakfast, I'll just eat one. After lunch, I'll just eat one or two. That turned into 3. And then after dinner, it was like, I might just eat half of a sleeve, then it'd be a whole sleeve. So, I mean, I'm not exaggerating about that at all, but it's embarrassing, but it's completely true. And so I was eating like boxes of Girl Scout cookies during this time. And so I started taking the Triplex, and immediately I noticed the energy increase first. I sort of thought, I mean, I'm a mom with 3 really small children. At the time, I had a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And I just thought, I'm going to be tired. That's just natural. And and I was, but pretty soon, I mean, I guess it was 2 or 3 weeks or a month after I started taking the products, I started really seeing that energy increase. And then about 2 weeks after that, so about 6 weeks on the products, I didn't really care about eating sugar so much. I didn't have that physical, like, I will kill someone if I don't eat some sugar, that feeling. If you don't know that feeling, that's awesome. But I know that feeling very well. And so it took that away. For me. It took that away for me. And so then I could have the, work on the mental power to say, I don't have to eat a cookie. I don't feel like I have to. And so I'm going to say no. So I really used it as a tool to stop my sugar habit. It had really become a habit really since college. But the cool thing that I didn't realize that this was going to help with is that I've had polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is PCOS. If you're a woman, you probably have heard of that. I won't get into it, but it's a hormone-related problem where you get cysts on your ovaries, and it's so painful. I mean, more painful than labor. And you also don't really have regular periods at all. We had trouble having a baby with our second child, and then 2 of them were surprises because, I mean, I just have no idea, when I'm going to ovulate or anything. And since I've started Plexus a year ago, I have had a period at least every 6 weeks, which might not sound great to someone who doesn't have PCOS, but to someone who does, they'd be like, whoa, you have one every 6 weeks? That is awesome. So it's like a month or 6 weeks every time since I've been on the products, which really my whole life, that's more than I've ever had. That's more regularity than I've ever had. So that to me was just an amazing bonus that I wasn't expecting. But really, that's the most life-changing part for me.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Clara. That is, I just always, even though I know your story, I still love hearing it every time. So thank you. And okay, next, Kelly. I gotta unmute you. Kelly's on the phone. So hold on. Hey, Kelly.
Hey.
Hey, girl. All right. So Kelly is in Arkansas, and I would love, Kelly, if you would share quickly just your story. She's new to the Plexus products, and so if you would go ahead and just share why this is something that you have really started to love.
Sure. So my name's Kelly Thomas. I'm 28 years old. I live in Arkansas. And I've basically been sick my whole life, even since I was a child. And over the past few years, I've heard this term thrown around with some of my friends, candida and leaky gut, and wasn't really sure what it meant. But every time they would talk about it, I would think, oh, wow, that sounds a lot like me. And I started to realize, I have a lot of these symptoms. But tonight what I particularly want to talk about is the headaches and the migraines that I struggled with. After my last child was born, I started getting headaches really bad. I was sensitive to light and sound, and my headaches were reoccurring, sometimes debilitating. I couldn't clean the bathrooms because of the fumes or wear perfume. I couldn't walk down the aisle, the candle aisle at Walmart, because it's just immediately, if I'd smell a fume or perfume or something like that, I would immediately get a bad headache. It was just super, super frustrating. On top of all the other symptoms I had recurring yeast infections. I had postnasal drip, acid reflux, chronic fatigue. I mean, the list just goes on and on. After the holidays this past November and December, my symptoms were getting worse and worse. And so first of the year, I just decided, enough is enough. I'm going to try this ProBio 5 that my sister-in-law was telling me about. And she was excited about, and I'd heard wonderful things about it. So I decided to give it a try, and after about a week of being on the product, I went to TJ Maxx by myself just to kind of have some mommy time. And I walked down the candle aisle, and I was just enjoying the smells, and I'd get down to the end of the aisle, and I realized, oh my goodness, I don't have a headache, and I was just enjoying all these wonderful smells. And so anyways, just the little victories like that, and but they're also huge because it's really just changed my life. I mean, my headaches are almost non-existent. All my other symptoms are either gone or almost gone, and I have energy. I feel like I can be the mom that God wants me to be, that my family needs, and it's just amazing. I'm so thankful that someone told me about Plexus.
So thank you, Kelly. And I do love hearing that, especially, as moms. I think a lot of times we think, oh, it's, we just, this is just the way that we're supposed to feel. And it's not.
Right.
Not. So
right.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
All right, well, on to Emily. Emily's going to just do a quick overview of really our most popular products and why. Why are we able to share these stories? Why are these products working? Why are they changing lives, as a lot of us say? So, Emily, go ahead and tell us, go ahead and share the product.
Okay, hey guys, I'm the other Emily on here, and we do not have a large product line, but I'm really going to narrow it down to really 3 products. I'll touch on a couple other ones because these are the ones that I always tell people to start out with. These are the ones that the people who are the happiest with their results, this is usually what they're taking. And I like these because they deal with 3 issues that Plexus really focuses on, and that's blood sugar stability, gut health, and inflammation. And these 3 products touch on all of that. And the 3 of those things are so foundational to so many areas of our health. And that's why it's having these effects on people, everything from migraines to hormones, to just sugar cravings, because it's all linked to your gut, your blood sugar, and your inflammation. So the main product that Plexus has, like the first product they developed, is called Slim. It comes in a little packet like this. It's a little powder packet, looks like a Crystal Light packet. You put it in water, you drink it once a day. It's like a fruit punch flavor, it's good. And it was developed for type 2 diabetics to balance blood sugar and lipid levels. So that's actually why it was made. And that's the main thing is it balances your blood sugar, and it also helps reduce inflammation. So I would say what I notice that most people experience with this is a boost of energy. There's no caffeine. There's nothing artificial in this. These are all plant-based. It's sweetened with stevia. There is nothing weird in here, okay? No artificial dyes, nothing. It's totally natural. And most people experience a natural energy boost that comes from balanced blood sugar, better sleep, weight loss. I've definitely noticed a lot of increase in control over sugar cravings. That's been kind of my big takeaway, that and energy. But again, if you know about blood sugar, then you know how it affects so many different things. So it's helped people in a million different ways. The next product I tell people to get on and go ahead and start with next is called BioCleanse. It looks like this. This is a very gentle magnesium supplement, but it says on the bottle, it helps oxygenate your entire body. It helps to relieve occasional constipation, and anyone who's ever dealt with any kind of gastrointestinal yuckiness will really, really love this. And again, it's very gentle. And kind of the other best product I think we have is our probiotic. I talk a lot about this one because I guess it kind of depends on what you have going on, but the Slim and the probiotic are definitely my favorite products. Kind of like blood sugar, if you know much about your gut, it is connected to so many things in your body. That's actually, if you've kind of stayed on top of current research, is the researchers are looking at the microbiome and how it is connected to our brain, and it's connected to all this stuff. Serotonin is made in our gut. Our immune system is mostly in our gut. All this stuff that doctors are just now on the cusp of finding out. They still don't know most of what the gut does. It's linked to everything. And so what makes our probiotic different is that it's not only supplying the good bacteria, which it is, and it's got some really good ones in there, but it's also killing the bad bacteria, and it also is an antifungal. And so any yeast overgrowth that you do have, which most of us do have to some degree just based on our modern lifestyle and the foods we eat, not being perfectly organic and grown in our backyards and all of that, it's going to kill off the bad bacteria, supply it with the good bacteria, and you would be amazed to see what kind of health transformations come from a gut that is healthy and stimulates your immune system to work as it's meant to work. And so it helps your body heal itself the way it's meant to do. Those are my three favorite products. A couple other noteworthy ones. We have a vitamin called X Factor. What makes it different than other vitamins is it has aloe in the vitamin and also in the food you eat, up to 400%. So it's not just flushing through your system. I know Emily swears by it for energy. And it also has a really super high antioxidant level. Another product, I don't have the bottle for that, but I do have the bottle for Omega X. This is the Omega supplement. I think it's the only one on the market of its kind that includes all of the omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7, and is totally vegetarian. So it's not going to make you have any fish burps, and it's made out of ahi flour, which is much more absorbable than some of the other vegetarian ones, and so it's actually a lot better than fish oil. So that's kind of a very quick overview, but one thing that I love about Plexus is that they are very transparent with the ingredients that go into these products. So every ingredient in our product is on the website. The person who invited you tonight can get you an ingredient list if you want to do more of your own research, and kind of learn about some of the ingredients that are in here and why it's working. But it really all comes back to blood sugar and gut health and inflammation. And when you heal those things and you fix them and you get your body working the way it's supposed to work, everything kind of starts falling into place. And of course, you're going to be eating really well. This is going to help you make good choices, especially if weight loss is something that you're interested in, because a lot of people try this for weight loss. But it's a tool that helps you, kind of like what Claire was saying, you make those good choices. And of course, you're going to be exercising. Some people are exercising for the first time because they actually feel like they have the energy to do it, or they have the motivation because they're feeling so well. Then it helps you kind of get that snowball rolling of making good choices. And then everything just kind of starts falling into place, is the way that I often see it working with the people I know. So that's it.
Well, thank you, Emily. And yeah, I like how she touched on that it's not magic. You know, a lot of times people see our posts, I'm like, it's not magical. But it is amazing what the body can do when it has balance brought to it. And so one of my favorite stories, just talking about balance and someone who probably does feel like it was a little magical. I'm going to unmute you, Catherine, because I mean, really just share your story. Like, I love it. I know that I'm not a part of it, but a part of me feels like I am, because I told you. And so I think it's neat how this Plexus stuff works. But if you'll share your story, because I think it's such a wonderful story.
I'd be happy to, and I do have to say, I disagree with you. It is magic. It was magic. And that's actually what I tell people. You know, it doesn't have necessarily the same effects for everyone, but for me, my results were so drastic that it seemed like I went from almost not living to living a full life. So, I mean, when I give my testimony, a lot of times I'll cry, but I promise I won't do that tonight. But I guess you could say that my Plexus journey started out about a year ago when Emily Jones, she was a Facebook friend of mine, and she had been posting for 4 or 5 months about Plexus in general. And then one day she posted something about how it could help with the negative effects of hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. And that's something that I've been dealing with since I was in my mid-teens. And basically, now I'm 36 years old. So over the past 20 years, it seems like I had experienced every kind of symptom that you could imagine. Some of my symptoms were really bad insomnia, weight gain, very, very low energy, aching joints, inability to concentrate, anxiety, depression, you name it, I pretty much had it. So basically, I remember when I turned 30, I thought, I feel like I am literally falling apart at the seams from the inside out. I feel like I'm mentally decaying. I feel like physically I'm not doing well. Oh my gosh, how am I ever going to make it to live a normal lifespan at 60, 70, 80 years old? You know, I wasn't looking forward to having a long life. So anyways, so after I saw Emily's post, I decided to go on and give it a shot. And of course, it was a big chunk of change to bite off. I guess I think I spent like $124 a month. But I decided, you know, if this really will fix me, then it's worth that. You know, I can give up going out to dinner with my friends or buying a new pair of shoes or whatever, getting my nails done in order to sacrifice for this. So I will have to say that literally the first day that I was on it, I noticed an immediate energy boost. And it wasn't like I had the shakes or nervous, not that kind of energy. I had energy. I wanted to get up. I wanted to do something. I wanted to interact with my kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you know, I wanted to take my daughter out for the walk. I wanted to cook a nice dinner for my family. I wasn't just trying to, you know, scrape by every day. Like I said, I was enjoying. I started working in the yard. I remember my husband and I one day went out and worked on my son's swing set, and at the end of the day, I had power washed basically the whole yard, everything that wasn't covered in grass. I was able to to go and just keep going. Even when he tired out, I kept going until the end of the night. So that was definitely something different from, my normal activity level. So basically, the way that I sum mine up is I just kind of felt like I went from surviving to thriving. Like I said, I've been on it for a year now, and my energy level isn't quite what it was at the beginning, but I am still remarkably better than I was, before taking it. And also, like I said about my thyroid meds, I was on 2 different medications, one for the T3, one for the T4 hormone, and I'm now down to half the dosage on both. And that dosage change actually happened 3 weeks after I started taking Plexus. So I'm still down on those dosages. Also, and just as an added bonus, I lost 20 pounds. That happened. It's been a year. That it's taken me to lose 20 pounds. I lost 7 in the first 3 weeks, and it's just kind of steadily fallen off after that. People ask me, "Gosh, what are you doing? Are you exercising like crazy? Have you changed your, what you eat?" And honestly, I really haven't much at all. It's just, for me, it's just kind of fallen off effortlessly. So again, I know that doesn't happen for everybody, but it was, like I said, kind of my magic pill that has just really helped to, I guess, to allow me to be fully me. Yeah. And again, before I didn't know how sick I was until I was well. So, anyways, thank y'all for letting me share my story. I tell people all the time that Plexus is the best decision I've ever made in my adult life for myself. It's without a doubt. So, anyways, thank y'all for telling me all about it.
Well, thank you for sharing, because it is. And like you said, a lot of times you don't know how bad you feel until you feel normal. You just get used to feeling, not so well. And so yes.
That is your normal. Yeah. That is your normal. Yeah.
Right. And so yes, thank you for sharing that. That is always one of my favorite stories. And but we don't have much longer, so I quickly just want to touch on, you've heard about these products, and maybe you're interested in trying them. And so I just want to throw out the 3 ways that, so you can decide for yourself which way is best for you. And our first option is to order retail. And this is simply a one-time order. It's great because it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, and you just go to the site of whoever invited you, and you can place an order. And so that is one way that you can do it. I always say it's the most expensive way, but it's still a good way to order. The second option is to become a preferred customer. Now, this is something that I recommend to anyone that I talk to about it for a couple reasons. Number one, you're going to get such a great price. And what this does is it sets you up for it to come to you every 30 days. But you have a username, you have a password, you can log in, and you can change that, cancel that, really do whatever you want to just by logging into your account. So there's no gotchas or you have to plug in or pay extra to become a preferred customer. It just signs you up for auto ship, and these products will ship to you. And again, you're saving anywhere from $5 to $20 a product, which is great. And then on your third month, your fourth month, you get an extra 10% off. So that's what it is. But I really say, like, a lot of my happiest customers, they did it for more than 30 days. And so this gives it time to get into your body and time to do what the products, need to do. And I'm an example of that. Like, it didn't happen to me the second time overnight. And oh my goodness, if I had stopped at 30 days, I just think of all that I would be missing out on. So a preferred customer is a great, great way to go. And then your third option is simply by what we call joining. For $34.95, you pay that once a year. You get access to 2 things. One, you get access to wholesale pricing, which again is another you're going to save another $5 to $20 according to what you're buying, the product that you're buying. And then you also get your own website. So instead of ordering from your friend, now you order from yourself. And what I love about that is that anything over $100, you're going to get 15 to 25% back. And so you can use that towards, more products that you want to purchase the next month. And so wholesale is wonderful. I like to explain it like Costco. You pay your $50 fee at Costco, now you can shop. Well, at Plexus, it's only $34.95 for the whole year, and you get to shop at wholesale pricing. And so, so if you've been listening and you've heard these stories and you've heard of different testimonies, and maybe you're thinking, well, goodness, I know several people that had those symptoms. That's where my mind went, when I really started researching for myself. If you have 3 people that order the triplex, that completely covers the cost of your products. And I think that's just a really awesome way to get your products paid for, is just by sharing with other people. And so I kind of want to share in that when I started, again, I read these stories online, Kristen shared with me. And so I just immediately started sharing with people saying, hey, I'm reading this. I don't know if it's going to work for you. Let's give it a shot. And my excitement really grew when it wasn't just the people I was reading about on the computer. These people now became some of you guys. These people became my friends, my family. And I really realized, whoa, I don't know what this is, and I don't research like crazy like some people. I just know that it is working, and I'm going to tell people because this is unbelievable. And so what happened? Well, these people started telling people, and these people started telling people, and not in a salesy type way, in a way of like, hey, we've got some really awesome products here that are changing people's lives. And so, I think a company that I joined, and I told a few people, they're having impact on other people, and those people are having impact. And I'm literally seeing people that are meeting, their lives getting better. And so a hope to get my products paid for then grew into a hope of, well, maybe I can pay for preschool. That would be really awesome. And then it grew into something much, much bigger. And my husband and I were talking not too long ago, and I said, well, let's just say that we took your income and just only pay for our mortgage, with that. What Plexus brings in for us is the ability to cover every other bill that we have. We've got 4 kids. I've got 1 in diapers. We've got 2 car payments. We got to feed them. We got to go to the grocery store. So, we're spending money. And, but I just feel like God has brought these products into our lives, and what a blessing it's been for me, not just for my health, but for us financially. And so, my thing that I would say to you, if it's resonating with you, because of health, you're watching and you're saying, man, I want to feel better, then do it. That's all I can, do it. Step out on faith and do it. Or if it's resonating with you, if you're thinking, goodness, $100, that would be awesome if I had an extra $100 a month. It's so possible. It's so possible for that to be you. And I quickly want to finish with Elena. She's going to tell maybe a 2-minute her health and business, because Elena is fairly new to the company and has seen pretty fast success so far. So Elena, if you will just share your story real quick, and then we're going to be done.
Okay, I'll try and keep it quick. First of all, I saw about Plexus on Facebook through a friend named Jessica, and there were a few things that caught my eye. One of the main things was energy. I teach fitness classes, and I'm pretty much on the go all the time. But I was really just struggling with, I was always taking naps with my son, and he grew out of naps, and I didn't. And so I was instead of him taking his 2-hour nap, Mom was taking her 2 to 3 hour nap some days. And some days I knew I needed a nap, but I knew I didn't need to be sleeping that long, because I teach my first class at 5 a.m. So and then my last class at 6 p.m. So my hours are crazy. But I started with the triplex. Immediately, I noticed energy. I take medicine for anxiety, and my goal is to eventually get off of that medicine. That medicine also has a side effect that makes me sleepy. So that's another thing. I would love to eventually just get off that medicine altogether. But I notice more energy. What I love the most about it, though, is that I'm not craving sugar and starchy foods. I could eat Mexican food every day of the week, and I now maybe have it once every 2 weeks or something like that. So I enjoy that. I feel better. My mind is clearer. My favorite products are the triplex, and then thanks to Emily telling me that I need to take the X Factor during the day with my Slim, it really has made a big difference in the extra energy I feel from that. I also like the Omega X and the block for the days that I do eat Mexican. I can have my block beforehand and not feel so guilty about it. So every product I've tried, literally, I love. Can't say enough good things about the company. I love the friends that I've met already, and I love that it's truly is one team. Plexus, I didn't really know what that meant when I'd see all these one Plexus. I was like, what the heck does that mean? But now I see we're all in the same team, and everybody is very nice and wants to help and encourage people grow in their business. And because when one person succeeds, we all succeed. And I'm still learning the comp plan, but it's making more sense to me now that, okay, that really does, that is true. When one person succeeds, we all succeed. So, but just super nice people. Emily has been wonderful. And I will say that everybody always asks, like, what's your why? My first why was, 1, to feel better, and 2, to help pay bills, to take some of the strain off my husband. And my why has changed, though. I have got my eye on Alexis. So I know it might be years away, but it's a big dream, and it's just one of those things. I think, you know what? I'm not going to tell myself I can't do it. I'm going to tell myself I can do it, and just kind of plug away at a little bit here and there. I'm loving that I'm helping people in my community that I've seen suffer. Some people that just really struggle to even get out of bed. I have 2 people recently, one who's joined as an ambassador and one who's waiting on her products. And both of them struggle with literally getting out of bed in the morning and trying to just deal with life and carry on a job. And the one person that's been taking it, Amy, maybe a week, 2 weeks, and she says her life has literally changed. And she feels so much better. And so that's really cool to witness that. Last thing I'll say is I love the fact that when I signed up, they're like, okay, so you have like 100 PV, and if you don't have that $100 that goes through your site, then your products will ship. And I remember Jessica telling me, I've never had my product shipped before. I always have to manually go in and have them shipped. I do that too, so it's pretty cool. I'm like, I've never had my backup order shipped. So I love that there is opportunity in this, and it is attainable, it's achievable. It's not some far off thing. I've been in it 5 months. I'm silver, and just trying to plug away and just keep on climbing.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Elena. Yeah, I know that, like she says, she's silver, but I know all of us, when we saw how many sales she had going through, we're like, woo, she's getting a good paycheck every single month. So so thank you for sharing your story. And so I just thank you, everyone, for getting on tonight. I hope that we've been able to just convey again why these products are so special to so many of us, and the lives that we've seen. Sometimes I feel like saying, oh, it's changed my life, can sound maybe cheesy or over the top, but if you've been where you feel horrible and then something makes you feel that much better, it is life changing. And so hopefully you've taken away like how blood sugar balance and how gut health really are important, and how Plexus plays a role in that. And so I guess if I could just leave you with one thing is if you've been in a boat where everything is the same and it's been the same for a really long time and you're not seeing change and you kind of feel a little hopeless as far as the way that you feel, my thing to you is, you're worth it. Like it's worth it to take these products. It's worth it to take a leap of faith, and see what it does for you. Because, really life is too short to wake up and feel yucky every single day. And I just have great confidence that these products can help you feel so much better. So this could be exactly what you've been praying for. If you've been praying for something, this really could be it. And so that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for hopping on and spending your time with us. And I hope everyone has a great night. And if you have any questions, just contact whoever it was who invited you tonight. So y'all have a great night, and I will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.